Hamas terrorists raped women, killed children, held grandmothers at gunpoint, loaded them into golf carts to be held hostage by barbaric thugs. Yet the Democratic Socialists of America, which counts 6 House Democrats as members, held pro-Palestine rallies in New York City this weekend. Some of the protesters who spoke to Fox News even defended the abhorrent behavior.
Join us now, New York City councilman that led the pro-Israel rally in Brooklyn, Ari Kagan, and conservative influencer Debra. Both of you, welcome. Ari, I want to come to you first. New York is a Democrat town, and you see a split in the Democrat Party with some supporting Palestine and Hamas and others supporting Israel. What kind of response did you have at your rally, pro-Israel rally?
Thank you for this opportunity. I hosted Israel Solidarity Rally in southern Brooklyn. And the announcement was like within 3 hours after we announced it, more than 100 people showed up with Israeli and American flags, and everybody expressed solidarity with Israel. And it was a vigil for victims of terror. As a son of Holocaust survivors, I find it appalling and offensive to see images in Manhattan saying this is resistance to occupation. No, it's not a resistance to occupation. It's pure terror. It reminds me like what I've heard from my father and people who survived Holocaust. Listen, they're like, you just described what was going on the ground. And I have so many relatives and friends in Israel, and like every minute, like what's going on over there. So I strongly condemn organizers of this rally, Democratic Socialists of America, New York chapter, and anyone who supports this rally, anyone who is saying, oh, that's okay, that's how we should react. It's a resistance. No, it's not resistance.
I do want to point out that Joe Biden does plan to speak tomorrow night from the White House. From where in the White House, say again? The state dining room. So it's been, the American people, no, the world, Israel, the people of Israel last heard from the President of the United States on Saturday. They did seem to spend all day trying to cobble together some response. So eventually there was a tweet or they put out a photo, a black and white photo, you know, to make it look somber of Biden, you know, getting together with his advisors. But Debra, you have a lot of friends in Israel who are kind of at the epicenter of this terror attack.
Yeah, it's heart-wrenching, not only in Israel, but in America. A lot of my friends who have already served in the army are now being called back, and they are going without a moment's notice. What has happened in Israel is unprecedented. Israel deals with terrorism every day since her founding. But what has happened this time, murdering women and children, mutilating their bodies in the streets, civilians, attacking civilians, that is not a political strategy. That is just pure terrorism and pure evil. And there's no and, if, or buts when it comes to condemning Hamas. They must be wiped off the face of the earth, and we must continue to we must make sure that this never happens again. This was Israel's 9/11, if not worse. It is a much smaller country, and we must do everything at our disposal to ensure the safety and sovereignty of Israeli citizens.
So but you had friends that were at the rave that were part of the initial assault?
Yeah, I have friends all over the country. My really close friend, his partner in the army, is last seen at the rave at the Gaza border, nowhere to be found. These stories are very common in our community right now. My holiday over the weekend, Shabbat and Simchas Torah, a very high holiday, was disturbed with this news, and it was hard to balance breaking the holiday and being on my phone and also speaking on this and bringing awareness to what's happening, trying to find any contact of people that I know there, people I love who are there for the holiday. The Jewish community cannot breathe until we are sure that every Israeli citizen has not had a hair on their head touched by Hamas, the terrorist organization.
And I wanted to add that it's not just Jewish community. I believe I was contacted by so many decent people of every religion, nationality, and race who condemn these barbaric attacks and who stand in solidarity with Israel and saying that Israel has a right for self-defense, no question about that. So I strongly believe that decent people support Israel at this moment.
I think you're right.
Speaking as a Southern Baptist, I can say that. That's exactly how I was raised. So I know that the Southern Baptists have always stood with the people of Israel. Ari Kagan, Debra, thank you so much.
Thank you both.